Welcome to the Heavyweight Podcast.
The message behind saying the title of the Heavyweight Podcast is to be able to say that we can weigh in some heavy shit. You know, what we're talking about is important from every aspect of it. It's a heavy weight. It's not just about physical weight, but the weight of things that can weigh our minds. So I think it's dope that we can have this conversation.
See if I remember this.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you know.
What's good? This is episode 205 of the Heavyweight Podcast.
Yay.
I am your right now antisocial host, Stutter McFly, back again with these two guys. Go ahead and state your name for the beautiful people out. Cheer!
It's your boy up 3 pounds more lethal.
Oh, okay. I'm just Kevin Wendell today.
Up 3 pounds.
No, I'm be Kevin Ellis. Kevin Ellis.
Kevin Ellis.
Yeah.
Respect.
Do you know who you are for real?
Nah.
How are your weeks?
It was good till I came to this nigga's off of 4th of July and I gained weight.
Hey, that's not my fault. I just made meat. Pause.
I mean, the week was good except for the motherfucker stole my cup. That y'all saw me post about. Other than that, it was good. Good week.
I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at that.
Stole my goddamn cup, bitch ass nigga.
When
I catch you, whoop your ass.
I'm in that vein of it's possible that it's just a mistake.
I can totally. I guess if it was some gym equipment, I totally see it being theft. But I think somebody literally thought, "Oh, this is my cup," and then they're like, "This ain't my cup."
Yeah,
Nah, nigga took my shit. We fighting.
They just like the flavor that much?
We fighting. They wanted my cup because it was all black.
Oh, that's what it was. They don't make
It was
more of
good, though.
those.
Good week, man. Getting ready to leave. That's it.
My brain went less. He said it was all black. I was like, "What was in it? Hennessy?"
That'd be a hell of a pre-workout.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we just getting ready to leave. We're getting ready for camp. You know, ready to go hopefully watch my baby fulfill her dreams and come back a little bit stronger and better than what she was when she left.
Nice.
That's it, man.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Enjoy that.
Yeah.
It's going to be...
No, I'm not. It's money.
Well, yeah, but it's going to be a little hot. That's cool.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's cool.
Definitely.
Mine was a lot, it felt like. Actually, it was a lot. I started school again.
Congrats.
Congratulations. Hold on. Yeah.
And work and all that shit. It's like,
Okay.
I feel like...
Damn.
Yeah. I just won't be home a lot. That's cool.
You need some cocaine.
Nah, man. Then I won't have... That's the point in going to school. Like, I ain't gonna have no money.
You got to cancel to keep you up. Pause.
I got to smoke some meat and yeah.
It's funny
now
because
we're going to the heat too.
I was under the assumption that you only get half credit for the meat. Pause.
Why would I get half credit?
Because your wife said that
I had a fire tender.
Your wife said she did most of the work.
No, I figured she would say that, but she did the easiest part of it. Was like, hey, just put another log on. If it gets too hot, I'll come down and I'll fix it. Or then I showed her how to just, all you gotta do is move these flaps. And she got it there. But I got it to the temperature and seasoned it and...
You know how women is. You give them minutes, take them out.
I blame you, America,
Why you blame America?
because it fucked up my mental status and thought process. The shit I hear smoked beats and I think fucking foul shit. I blame you.
Smoked meats is foul?
My brain took it there. If you go back when he said smoked meat, I shifted that way because I was like, "What the fuck? Like, why did my brain take it there?"
Cassie's not in the room.
Huh?
Cassie's not in the room.
Well, she ain't got to be in the room. I'm just saying, man. Like,
Well, no, I just want to know where you took it.
I was like, you out here smoking meats? Whoa!
I'm curious because I'm like,
my brain just took it there. I don't know. It's fucked up.
niggas out here smoking meats now.
Fuck.
Oh, that's funny.
Your week been fine?
for the 4th, I've said this before. My sister don't really switch up nothing, so I didn't gain any weight. So I just I hung out, let the kids enjoy their day, and I stuck to my diet, and it wasn't that hard. So see, I ain't the only one, but yeah, and then like I told them before I started, I fuck around. I went to the gym on the 4th, and they were hooping, and I took every day. I have magnesium and potassium supplements I take for cramps. Because I had get bad leg cramps, have since high school. But apparently you're not supposed to take potassium on an empty stomach, and I didn't know that. I learned that. That also helped with the sticking to my diet. And then shout out to Des, who's not here today.
Shout out to
She
Diva.
requested a song, so I did a freestyle over a particular beat because she had requested it, and I did that shit in 20 minutes. Flex.
Should we give a PSA?
Why do you have the gunshot?
Don't take potassium on an empty stomach.
No, Des is still part of the podcast.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's still part of the podcast. She just had
She has
important things
She has some personal matters to
to
attend to.
take care of, which we understand. And
We wish her all the best, and she has our support.
Yeah, but no. Oh, yeah. That's yeah. I thought that was like no shit.
Yeah.
Fuck them niggas. They think something else.
But yeah, she had requested a freestyle, so I did a freestyle. I figured it would uplift spirits in that moment, so I figured I'd take time out of my day. And yes, I was throwing up there, so you owe me $5.99. Anywho,
free 99.
Let's get to the shenanigan of shenanigans.
Let a nigga shenan one time, he gonna shenan again.
And as you guys know, when I do questions, it usually comes from shit that's happening in my day or my week. And some shit happened that I told Mo at some point, and I was like, I'm convinced that sometimes shit just, there's a signs in the fucking air. So, can you guys share a moment in your life where you felt like something was beyond explanation was at play?
A specific moment. There's a lot of moments. I honestly feel like that happens like on like a regular. Like I just look at certain things. Well, shit, I'll use like examples of. I'll go back to like I still remember like this in Arizona. I don't know how this happened. It might be because the guy who was in the car was with me was he was going to school to be a preacher, so maybe that's why we were cool. But I just remember hearing tires screech, and then I hear a bang right behind me, and then no shit, the car wraps around us, like, and then hits the car in front of me, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, wait. How do we miss this whole accident? This had to be something else. I don't know. Like shit like that. Like
the Matrix or something? Like,
no, like
you saw the whole...
The shit's FOMO.
I mean, when you see the things happening, you're like, when you see a car about to hit you, kind of go, nigga, that's it. That's it. But it wasn't. So, like, I don't know. That don't feel normal to me. Like, when I bought that truck I had going the 60 on Moval, I saw a Suburban SUV just slowly, it wasn't slow probably to them, start flipping, and then it flipped and then just start sliding at me while I was coming the other way. And I was like, well, okay, shit, this is it. I just bought this truck and that's how it goes. And then the motherfucker hit the wall, like the little, that little ass barrier on the 60.
Yeah.
It hit that motherfucker and just bounced and went the other way. And like the glass hit my window and I was like, okay, let me pull over because like I think I'm supposed to call somebody at this point. But things like that to me are, I don't know if that's just coincidence or luck or what. But I gotta take advantage. Try to take advantage. I feel like that with all the things we have happen with like just buying the house.
Yeah.
Or like shit wasn't, so you're like, this ain't looking good. And then you're like, wow, that happened out of nowhere. Like, so yeah, I feel like constantly something's watching. Someone's watching. I don't know how it works, but it ain't me.
I feel like every extreme stressful or emotional situation I've been in has been some otherworldly type shit. It's some shit that has forced me to evolve in one way or another. Or, because it seems like when I was reflecting on this shit, I was like, it seems like shit always happens when I get comfortable or when I think I got shit figured out. And then
you mean like something
happens, and then my whole plan shifts, my whole mentality shifts. I can go back to the accident last year. Like I was on the grind, and my main focus was just, hey man, maintain, get money, maintain, get money. Then that happened, and then I had the time to deal with my inner demons and my personal troubles and my worries, and I got a chance to build a better connection with my family and to become a better person and get into therapy. So the honest reality is that had that not happened, I wouldn't be who I am today. And I do think that was, in the long run, it has been for the better. The same thing like when my wife told me she was pregnant. Like that started the grind, because like I told you before, I wouldn't have had no house if I didn't have no kid on the way. Like I was comfortable, man. I was living it up. I lived in the hood. They weren't fucking with me. So I didn't care. So I just feel like anytime there's been what can be seen as a disruption in my life, or an anchor point to where I've been forced to either evolve or mature, I feel like that's some other power stuff going on. Tell you how you've been complacent for too long. It's time to get after it.
Do what you do. Yeah. Pushing you.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny you said a car accident, because I remember I was driving on, I want to say it was Adams, and I got off one exit too early, because Adams and then it's Van Buren. So I got off at one exit too early off the 91, and I had my friend Travis in the car at the time, and I realized I got off exit too soon, and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna just continue on to the next on-ramp and keep going. But something at that time just told me to just hesitate. So I hesitated, and which is why I take that shit at work, that 1, 2, 3 start delay up like to heart. Yeah. I hesitated and didn't move, and no shit, a car shot right past us, ran that red light fast as hell. And I remember thinking, fuck, if I hadn't it was just something that said, just wait, don't just take off right when it turned green, wait. And sure enough, just I never had that feeling before until then. And if that car would have hit us,
it's over.
At the speed he was going, yeah. And I just went, fuck, like that could have turned out completely different. But just, I always try to pay attention to the signs, but that one in particular, just really made me be like, yeah, man, just pay attention to things. Like you get a gut feeling, or you get like this weird sense that something's not right or don't feel right, pay attention to why. And that in that moment, I was just like, yeah, that saved our lives. And like Maurice, what you pointed out, I had an instance where I was down out, I felt like shit, and I kept thinking, what was the point? And I remember I was walking into a Blockbuster. This is how long that ago, if it said walking in a Blockbuster, and I walked out, and there was a homeless man with one leg, and I looked at him, and he just looked thankful to be alive, and it just made me be like, pay attention to the signs, because it'll put shit in perspective for you. And so yeah, I don't know if it's spiritual or just coincidence, but I always pay attention to signs and try to take them for what they're meant to represent or send a message about. So moving on. Was there an event or experience that made you question if there's more to reality than what we actually see?
I think every time my child says something she shouldn't know. Like, how do you know this? Like, how do you have this information before I was able to teach you? Like, where does insight come from? Because it's like, it's almost to the point where it's like the universe is telling me something through her. Because it's like, oh, if she says something crazy enough, where it's like, this is weird that you know this. Like now I have to now I'm like pondering what you said. Like how,
or it's, I guess, perplexed enough that you actually believe it.
Yeah.
So the message being sent there, like, well, if she says it to him,
like,
he might actually take what the fuck we're trying to tell him.
Oh, this is some wild. Aren't you 7? Like what? So yeah.
Yeah, that's that happens. I don't know. Growing up with the way fucking all these old ass grandparents were with shit, watching all of the unsolved mysteries and shit, telling all their stories used to fuck with me. As I got older, that sounds weird. I think I've told y'all that. I think it was shrooms. Where that shit like was no shit like deja vu, but not deja vu. It was like time warp shit. Like I was talking to somebody, but I didn't talk to them. This had happened while I was by myself. Like, and then it really happened, and I was like, nah, nigga. Something's not like this weird, but I don't know. I've always felt like, yeah, there's way more than just this parallel, so I don't know what instance it would be or anything like that, but growing up, them niggas making me like look at all that shit.
Yeah. When I think of deja vu, always feels like there was a glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah, that
like,
makes sense.
Because you'll see it like, damn it, I've lived this before. What the fuck is going on? Or that happened to me like 2 weeks ago. I was like, what the fuck? I know I lived this already. But when I think of a specific instance where I knew something, honestly, I think the dream I had with my dad, like when I realized the day that we were going to bury him, I had a dream that morning, and he came to me and just like he hung out with me, and then he just said, well, like he kind of said it in a phrase to where it was kind of like the realization, like, well, I gotta go. But kind of like the whole message was to put me at ease or at peace. And the same thing happened with Tajor. Like, it's just that weird thing where it's like they come to you to just say goodbye, but in a way where they want you to maybe process it. But it don't feel like a dream. It feels like a real like message meant to be sent because they knew that I was going to take it hard as far as them passing. So, yeah. That was because I don't feel like that was a dream. I feel like it was truthfully just a message meant to be sent to me, and I was like, this shit can't. Because I'll say it. I'm not a religious person. I'm definitely spiritual to a degree, but it's usually it's what I pay attention to that makes me feel that way. So I definitely think those were messages meant to be sent. And that even now, I always talk about this in the house. I mean, granted, a couple of our neighbors might partake in weed, but there's too many instances where I wake up and I get this strong smell of weed in my house, and I look around and I'm like, there's nothing around here weed related. And then I was like, this is my dad talking to me. Like, he's letting me know he's around. So yeah. When did you first start noticing signs or messages that felt directed at you?
Oh, I feel like I'm going through that shit like right now for like the past 2 years. Probably gonna sound like a psychopath, but I keep seeing the same number for the same fucking 2 years. Like, it's crazy.
What's that number?
It's the 333. It's the.
Oh, that's not a lotto number.
I mean, you could play the daily 3. And like I was looking that up, but I was like, it's like no shit. It's not like I'm trying to do it or anything. Like, I would wake up at that time every day, like for a while, and then I would just be like doing shit and be like, oh, let me see what time it is before I go do this. Oh, goddamn, that's weird. Or like I would fill my car up and it would just stop at that. Or I would do all these things and it's just like, oh. And then when you look it up, it's like they say that's to telling you take a risk. Like, you're cool, take a risk. You got shit on your side. You got something watching you, angels or whatever watching you. So I don't know.
Don't skydive.
I've already done that.
No, you talking to?
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I think like you said, the signs are just, there's too many for me to just like pinpoint, because it's like how you said when you come out of Blockbuster and that's there, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Like,
It'll slap the shit out of you in that moment. Like, hey, motherfucker, look. like shit. Like,
yeah. Like with anything we have going on with me and Amanda, we just kind of know to like trust what's there.
Yeah.
Like we've had issues where you're like, hey, it's worked out before. It'll work out now. Just look at what you got to do. We'll see it. And then it comes. And it's kind of nuts how it works. It feels divine, as they say.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Shut the fuck up. You can't help it.
I just say for me, man, I think similar to Kevin. But I mean, I'm not seeing shit. But
You got to say it
when I'm unconsciously obsessed with something, like even when I'm trying to focus on something else, it keeps creeping back into my conscience. And it's like, no, you need to focus. This is where your focus should be. That's why I take it. Oh, I should be focused on this. Like, man, like how I was telling you, like for the past week, how I've been feeling like about the podcast and stuff. I'm like, how about really transitioning as far as away from the other place as much as possible. Like that's been something that like it's been my subconscious has been obsessing about. And I take that as a direct sign. Like, no, you need to pour your energy and your focus into this, and you need to see it through. I think that's one way. And then another thing similar to what you were saying also about the dreams you had. Like I have noticed that every once in a while, like when I get down on myself, or I feel like I don't really have a path, or things aren't going too great. Those are the times where I do get the dreams about my grandparents. Like I can remember vividly. This was like last November. I was like, still dealing with the depression, all that stuff, and I remember, I had this one dream where literally I woke up and I was in Carson, and I was in the backyard, and I looked around, and my grandparents were there, and my aunt was there, and I had cousins and stuff there, and like I had cousins there, and I knew they were there because they were saying, I could hear the names, I can hear the voices, but I could only see my grandparents' face. And I literally like spent the whole day just talking to my grandfather, and I knew I was talking, but I couldn't hear him, right? And so I took that as a sign of like, you're not listening. Like I'm trying to tell you something, but you're not listening. And I think that's when I started to actually come up out of the state I was in. I remember that. So I think I do, like, there has been moments where I'm like, yeah, this has to be, like, this was meant for me. Like, I need to, because, a lot of times you get into your head and you get, I'll speak for me personally, I get to that point where I'm so obsessed with the problems that I can't see the solutions because I'm not allowing myself to see them. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what, like, hey, man, like, the solution's there. You got to get past this problem.
Yeah. For me, I feel like certain things direct to me, and it comes in so many different forms, but I know it seems like there's always a message towards me about creating, and it'll either come from a dream or it'll come from an unlikely or unexpected messenger. Like it'll be a random stranger or somebody you haven't talked to in a long time that'll just randomly pop up and be like, hey, keep doing this. And you're like, where the fuck did you come from? I haven't talked to you. Or it'd be a random stranger that does, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, and they'll just kind of say a message almost like someone came to them, told them, I need you to deliver this because it coming from you will be way more believable than coming from me. And and it's usually for creating, especially like with music. It'll be some person I hadn't talked to in a long time that'll just be like, man, remember that one song you did, and that made me feel like this, and you're like, shit, I didn't know you felt that way, and it just felt like it needed to be said, just so I could hear it, and it felt like somebody else was at work or something else was at work to deliver the message, so I would understand that it, or in a way that I would value it. So, and I noticed when you say that, like I keep having constant dreams too of my dad, and it'll be usually like in ways where he's trying to help me in the dream, and I'm sitting there talking to him as if in the dream I haven't or understood or comprehended that he's not alive, but throughout the entire dream, he's just trying to help me through whatever situation's going on in the dream. And then I wake up with the realization that I knew the whole time he wasn't alive, but it was almost like it was a way to connect me to just the understanding that even in death, he has my back. Like, so I feel like he does come to me in those times where I do feel like, hey, like I don't, even though I'm not there, I'm there. So, and then it doesn't help that there's a weird scratching at along the walls. It scares the fuck out of me. Hey, anybody want to buy a house in Winchester? Anyway, like there's a weird there's like a scraping, like dude, like I'm like
he be telling me he got some weird shit going on in this house. I'm like,
the scraping of the wall, like I'm telling you, it would be nothing. I was like, oh, it's the dogs. It ain't the dogs.
Like, hey, nigga, what you doing? Like, hey, if you're gonna be here, I gotta be here too, because I ain't selling this shit. You gotta pay some rent.
Should be shit. So what exactly happened during the experience that you can talk to? We already did that. God damn it. I didn't realize I have follow-ups because like I put it in a weird form. Anyway, looking back, do you think that there was a message or lesson intended for you?
yeah.
What was the lesson?
I think for me recently, the lesson was, it's time to heal yourself. And it's funny because like I had the whole thing like with my last therapy session, and she was saying like basically saying how I was coping and distracting, right? And she said the coping and distracting it's good tools in the moment, so you don't let the emotions overwhelm you. But as long as you're coping and distracting, you're not healing. You're just putting off the work. So I think for me recently, it like I tell you, like what the thing last year, it was just me. It was like the event that forced me to do the work. It was like because think about it in the context of, I was working, 50, 60 hours a week. So I go from working for 50, 60 hours a week to now having 50, 60 hours to myself to just think. I'm forced to do the work. I'm forced to be in my thoughts. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So there's nowhere I could go for that long and not have to think about shit and start working through it. So, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking. Message, yeah, absolutely.
Lesson?
Damn. You said message, I thought.
Oh, message. I feel like message to me is I'm here for a reason. There's something. So keep on doing, I guess, what I'm doing. But the lesson, I don't know. I think I'm trying to figure that out. So
I can respect that.
Because I don't know if I've accomplished the.
Well, the thing about,
you know what I mean? Like,
the thing about lessons, they have many talking points.
Well, no, lessons throughout the day. Shit, yeah. Fuck yeah. There's a lot of breathing and shit. Having little kids make you.
Yeah.
You got to talk to yourself like, yeah, you know what? That's a kid.
Yeah.
That's a kid.
I want to choke her, but I can't.
Well, like just the whole bigger thing, like the whole. God damn it! Pause. I think the whole lesson, grand scheme. I don't know. I'm just being honest. Andre 3000.
Stacks.
I feel like the lesson that I constantly have been going through is I guess it's the believing in myself part. And there's always like a lesson that's happening to be like, see, if you would have believed in yourself, this shit wouldn't have went that way. So it's like even with like the weight loss and trying to learn it, it's one of those things where you keep getting kind of thrown off track because life will throw you things. So you start saying, what's the fucking point of that when I got this shit to worry about? So like the constant lesson is that I keep being presented is stop allowing the things that constantly keep happening to derail progress. Like say, fuck it. Like, yeah, things in life are going to keep happening, but you can't let that change the fact that you still need to do this over here. So like, stop making that the excuse to why you can't keep progressing. And I keep learning that. And it's like, and it comes in different, messages and lessons, but it's the same message being brought forth. Stop allowing things to derail your progress. Just stay the course and stop allowing things to come in and just throw a monkey wrench into it. Because the shit's gonna always happen, but you just gotta kind of say fuck it. Mm-hmm. So I think that lesson keeps being drilled into my head. And there's another lesson. I'm known too well at these McDonald's. Last night, I took the kids to get something to eat, and the chick said, stutter. She's like, how you doing tonight, man? And I said, what the fuck? I come here too often that they know. And then at the other McDonald's, because there's two of them, they know my car. So they go, oh, when I saw the Telluride, I knew it was you, player. I saw the lights. I said, you know, I come here too often. So the lesson I'm learning there is these kids
are spoiled
as fuck. And I'm the enabler.
Yeah, shit.
like.
Come on, I'm not.
That's a lesson I learned as a parent.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna.
I've learned that as a father and a husband. I said, this is my goddamn creation. I didn't know I was making it bad for myself. If I could go back in time, I'd change this shit.
I would just make more money. That's it.
So as you've been given these lessons and direct messages, did this change your trajectory towards the choices that you're making now in life?
Most definitely.
Can you elaborate
Most
certain
definitely.
things that you, besides, I know, last year and dealing with things and the health and the working out, I see it personally, especially when we talk now, like you have a focus, but outside of that, like, are there any other things that you?
Like I said, man, my focus is on my overall health, whether it be, like you were saying, mental or physical, and about accumulating enough business to where eventually I get to the point to where the business does enough for me. That's been my whole motivation. And my motivation has been to just really start building the empire that I can leave something behind that is going to do well even once I step back type situation. And also to do it, also to kind of, create them spaces and doing things I enjoy doing. That's been the focus. Like, because along the journey is, part of the journey and part of the healing is you got to find what make you happy. And so I've been trying to lean into what makes me happy. And so the more I lean into what makes me happy, the more the less of a burden it is.
The more happy you are.
Yeah. Yeah. But then again, like I was having, shout out to Des. I was having a conversation with Des and I said, I don't like this shit. I'm too nice to people now. So I'm giving people too much grace. I need to start. I gotta start cussing niggas out again.
That's absurd.
That's okay.
I gotta start cussing. I got
Just let
too
that
nice.
shit. Yeah, let that go.
No, because they gonna think I'm like you, Kevin. They gonna think I'm sweet.
See that you did it like as a backhanded way. You see that? You see that shit?
They gonna think I'm sweet.
He just gonna do it in a backhanded way.
Yeah, where's the? Oh, I'm too nice now. Let me take a shot real quick. Like, what the fuck?
You know how it is.
We got two different definitions.
No, I'm just saying, but like I was saying, man, I lean towards the thing. I invest most of my time and energy in towards things that make me happy.
Yes, yeah. I think what I got is just keep going. Stay the course. Don't stop. I want to follow through, finish things up, not start and not finish.
Well, let me know you're done because I got a panel that need to be replaced.
Oh, a whole panel?
Yeah, the whole panel.
Like the wires too?
No.
I was like,
Just
nigga,
change the
you
burner
might,
out.
I'm not going to that school.
So once you're finished, you and Patrick should get together and make a business and call it Two Navy Niggas.
Two Navy niggas, we might not be able to get that.
All right,
get through that.
Two seamen.
They might not
Those
let
seamen.
that one through the copyright.
Those seamen.
Like, what y'all talking about? What y'all? Oh Lord, Diddy got off, right? That's what they be thinking.
Electric Niggas.
We could take the niggas off. Hey, that works. Electric. Yeah, that's perfect. That's actually perfect.
Are y'all tricking though?
Nah, you always see. I thought you was nice.
That was a question.
But it's to see things through, man. And I think I can do all the things. I just don't know. I've never like tried.
Electric ass sweat.
Nah.
Nah, ass sweat's just gonna be.
I'm saying you could put
I'm gonna
them
just
together.
start wearing ass sweat shirts in here out of nowhere. Like,
While you do your electric engine. Yeah. You could be doing electrician stuff with ass sweat gear on.
nah, we're gonna put electric on the shirts. We're gonna look professional. Can't be in there with ass sweat. We're not plumbers. You don't put your ass out.
Are you wearing jumpsuits or just?
I mean, you could change the game.
Dude, it depends on what you're working on. Depends on what you're working on.
The only electricians that give you plumber's crack.
Are we talking like the block? Stay the course though. Put it all in and see what it looks
Pause.
like. Maybe it depends.
All right. I feel like right now this has been the most focused I've been, and it's the trying to pay attention to the signs and reminding myself each time I feel like going back to old habits. It's the I keep telling myself I'm too dope to let it happen again. So, and like Mo pointed out, it's subtle little ways of finding the ways to do things for me. So like I do a lot of things for me now that I never did before. And if you pay attention to my Instagram, you'll notice that I like shoes. And so basketball shoes. So I like playing in different shoes.
I like how you you emphasize like I'm not here buying Stacey.
No,
Adams,
yeah,
nigga.
no. But I like basketball shoes.
Got no
so,
gators, bro.
so I like to hoop, and I like having different. Like I say, every shoe puts me in a different headspace when I'm playing.
Oh yeah, you my Euro stepping nigga.
Yeah, and then the knees, I might.
Oh man, this nigga had on the Kobe's yesterday at the gym. The high top ones, the purple and gold ones,
Mhm.
and I was like, nigga, if you take those off,
They're gone.
And you mad at somebody taking your shaking?
You can't find those no more. You take them. I said, you know the one that had the big ass mambas.
Yeah,
yeah. I said, you take those off. I'm taking them.
Yeah, that's. but yeah, just staying the course and doing things in the moment that I feel like sparks creativity. Because I know, Kevin, you pointed out to me, but I used to do it sporadically. Now I do it all the time. I'll just be like, you know what? I feel like rapping. And I'll just pull my laptop out, my microphone, and just rap right there on the spot. Or with you, like I just make random content when I feel like it. Like I might not post everything. I just make random content just to be like, well, maybe I'll just keep this in the tuck. And then it's just one of the things where when creativity sparks now, I take advantage of it. When before I used to be like, maybe down the line I'll get to it. And it's like, no, just create it right now and just leave it. Like even if you don't use it, just leave it and then maybe compound onto it later and just keep adding. So
Get some of these.
if I got some of these, I'll be in trouble.
You know how much shit is on
Use it for
these that
not.
are just what?
Use it for the not.
Not that. But I've recorded so much shit on here. I'll be talking to myself like, this probably ain't never gonna see the light of day. So I'm basically talking to myself.
That's most of my day, with or without something recording.
Well, yeah.
In the words of Des, she said something. You was talking to the realest nigga, you know. I said that works.
Yeah.
So I just but it's just staying the course. And anytime creativity hits, I take it. Even if it's not received like that, it's for me. It's like a way to just express and vent and get it out. It's like therapy in a lot of ways. So, but now I feel like I'm in the best mental state that I've been in a long time, and I smile a lot more. So that's something.
That's good. I got a question for you. Because you was talking about people coming up and asking about music.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know if you ever had somebody come up and say, hey, man, that song did all this for me. He was like, nigga, I was just getting off.
I mean, it's happened. I think it's what's crazy is like sometimes that's why I can see when people say they be reaching a lot. I don't know, maybe not with Kendrick, but like for me, somewhere like, man, when you said that one line, you was like, I was like, nigga, what's that? Like,
Yeah, but you don't know how to touch them though.
yeah, no, but it'll be like
But
that
what
line.
it
When you said this though, like I had some super complex on top of triple entendre. Like, no, nigga, it was just.
But to them, it was.
Yeah, I get that.
That's cool.
Because to them, in the moment, it struck a nerve of what they were going through or what they could relate to.
But then that's one of those where you're like, oh, what'd it do? And you're like, that's what's up. That's what, okay.
So yeah, I've had those moments where you just be like, oh, word, and like, it was recently that happened. I said a line on a song that never got released, but I shared like a snippet of it, and it was like, nigga, that Jesse the Barber line, it's like a bar on top of a bar on top of a bar. I said, if you say so. I mean, it was a straight up statement for me. I'm Jesse the Barber's son. They're like, but that line, like I said, okay, if you say so, man, I fuck with it. If you make me sound doper than I am, I appreciate it. So yeah,
Sorry. Oh shit.
So I guess let's simplify this. You guys believe in you do truthfully believe in fate, destiny, or a higher power?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Now, to the degree of religion and stuff, it's one blanket to me. If that makes sense. If what they say about heaven and stuff is it's whatever the fuck you want it to be. But I don't know what that all is, you know what I mean? So yes, fate, destiny, all that stuff. I do believe where they say the free will, but like there's certain things where you go through and you're like, oh shit, this is literally the path. Like it's too right.
Would you say you're religious, or would you just say spiritual?
Nah. Because religion, I know. I remember I did a lot of study in the religion and stuff. So I made my own beliefs, and by the definition of things, I can't call myself like Christianity. I can't call myself that because if you believe the way, like you can only believe one certain way.
Yeah.
And I don't. So, and I can't believe any other religion because I don't believe that way either. So it's like, how the fuck does that make sense? So it's just one blanket, one God, one everything to me.
Just a heathen.
I guess if that's what that is, but you know, at least I know it ain't just, I ain't running this shit. We ain't doing this.
You?
Yeah, I believe in all that, man. I believe in all that. triple believe in karma.
Oh yeah.
Karma. It may not be instant. Sometimes it's instant. Sometimes it take a while. Like I got cut off the other day. I told you he ran the light, cut me off. He didn't realize there was a cop right behind him. That was instant karma.
But do you see how you treat karma? No, I mean, but most people do that. Like when they go to karma, they think the bad sense.
No, it's the good stuff too.
You always got to remember that.
It's the good stuff.
Sometimes you letting it go.
Yeah.
That was you not getting arrested.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. And he told it to me. The same day. I was in the parking lot and I saw an open spot. And I saw one of our coworkers, shout out to Manny. I realized he was coming back to the spot because I was going to go to her, and I realized what he was doing. I was like, oh, he's doubling back. So when he looked at me, he's like, yeah, he's going to take the spot. I said, no, I just kept driving straight, and he took the spot. And I drove around, and I got even a closer spot for letting him take that spot. And then when I talked to him, when we walked in, he was like, man, I really appreciate you giving that spot to me. Man, I appreciate it. I said, when I saw what you were doing, I realized, I'm like, this is his spot. He saw the spot. Yeah. He came all the way back to the spot. I'm not taking the spot.
The universe said, hey.
And the universe,
this is your spot.
Yeah. So I got a closer spot for.
You better than me, because with them plates out there, I'll see another handicap and be like, nah, nigga, I got here first.
But yeah.
No, but I do. Karma goes both ways, the good and the bad.
Okay.
Like,
I'm just saying, you was like, karma's motherfucker. And I'm like,
no.
Then you like, nigga got arrested. I'm like, oh, hey, man, there's good karma.
No, I'm saying, like, there's definitely good karma. Like, good deeds come back to you.
Sometimes.
Yeah. No, they do.
Sometimes.
They do.
I'm
just in the heart.
Which is believer.
Enough.
They come back in ways you probably don't understand.
And treating people how I like to be, like how I would like to be treated. So like that, I noticed in my lifetime has kind of benefited me just because I always feel like some people will always be what they are.
Yeah.
And then other people, without even realize it, end up kind of like making you believe that there's better and there's more out there.
Yeah.
So you can't just, like, it's kind of hard for me to ever just stay down because there's always someone that keeps showing. I feel like that's the way karma working is when I start feeling and losing hope in humanity and how people are and not, there's that one person that'll come around and be like, nigga, there's good out here too. And you're like, you know what? I needed to see that. Thank you for letting me know there's good out here too.
It's like the one particular dispatcher. Every time she goes to the box, like, oh, I'm proud of you showing up. Because I didn't want to come, but you did.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. And so now when she sees me like, man, I'm gonna go today. I'm gonna go Saturday. So okay.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. Proud of you. So like that's karma too.
Yeah.
Okay. So
you're
it's good karma. That's good.
You're paying it forward by letting them know, like,
putting a couple coins in the karma tank. I like it.
I see you out there.
But
I see you.
I definitely believe in a higher purpose, and I'm not religious, but I am spiritual. And I do believe in there's definitely something. There has to be something higher, like, you know. So like my brain will just. I try not to think about it too much because I'll sit there for a whole minute just fuck it. Like, so if this, then what? But then like, and then I start.
Fun. That's just fun.
Shit, I'll be stumped for endless. Like fucking 2 hours and be mad as fuck because I got to go to work tomorrow.
It's just when it gets to religion with me, it gets crazy, and they be asking stuff, and
the religion part to me is kind of hard.
It's not for me.
Because it's like,
not bad to me.
I'm not saying it's bad because what I'm saying is like some of what Eddie Griffin has said, right? He said he was talking about Christianity, Buddha, and Muslim, right? He said they all got a message, right? Mm-hmm. The messenger. He said, forget the messenger. Did you get the message? Because if you got the message, isn't that what's important?
That's what's important.
That's important.
Yeah.
So as long as you understand and you live them off the message, that's what's important.
And I think we should take from all of them. Maybe not the ones that's crazy, like Satanism and shit.
I have this weird belief that they're all kind of mixed.
They are. That's what I'm saying. If you go look
because
at them,
there's no way to verify.
Oh shit, these are crazy. And it's like, it's the same
you
lessons
almost. You can't tell me that these things weren't in cross influence.
The lessons are the same a lot. Yeah. It's just different things. Like, hey, you can have 7 wives. Like, nigga, you can't have 7 wives. Like, but don't be bad to people. But
I don't know who would want 7 wives.
I don't know why they did. That's the
Oh,
thing.
they're not American.
Neo. Sorry.
Oh, he wants 7 girlfriends.
We was tangent. What was the next one?
That was some nigga shit. We was tangent.
What would you say to someone who's skeptical about these kind of experiences?
How?
Sooner or later, reality is gonna always show you.
I just don't know how. I'd be like, how? Like, dog, I just don't. It's crazy. And you're like, it's just crazy, huh? Like, that's just.
It keep happening, but it's crazy. Okay?
Like, you don't like. I guess at some point you have to go. Hey, you don't see the signs, nigga. Like, what?
So I guess that I'm gonna add to your tangent. I guess that would mean that you're responsible for the said person giving me a compliment the other day about my hair
How?
because she never said anything before.
Who? Maybe she paying it for it.
Because she was like, "Oh, you always, when your hair is out like this, that lets me know you're about to get a really nice hair, and your hair is gonna look nice." And I said, "She's never been that polite about that."
I've really been
So-
I've been
so
trying to. I've been spreading
He's
positivity.
responsible for her
Yeah.
niceness.
I've been
He's been
spreading.
brightened it up now.
Yeah, now it's
Brighten it up
paying
the
for it.
scene.
Yeah, see, the karma's going.
I've
Look
been
at
trying
this
to
guy.
spread positivity. That's all I've been doing.
Look at this guy.
But yeah, back to the skeptical.
Fucking Kirby Puckett. I don't know why I said that.
I think a lot of people become skeptical because it's safe to have doubt because you can always be prepared for being disappointed.
Disappointed? Yeah, I guess, but I don't know. I feel like some people don't want to believe that they're not in control.
You're only in control to a certain extent.
Yeah, but I mean, some people,
Yeah.
Yeah. I did that. You're like, okay.
But that was,
but it's like
that was
some
my
shit. Like, you don't believe. Like, I believe some things where I'm like, I mean, I guess I did that, but nigga, like,
that was my
something.
That was my question about free will. I said, how if everything's predestined, and I'm being
I don't want to say what I can say because it's morbid and it's fucked up.
right.
But I'm saying that's
if everything's predestined,
That's free, though.
and
I know that sounds fucked up,
it's
but
free.
that's
So what you're telling me is I'm free to live what has already been written for me to live.
no, you're not hearing what I'm saying, and I don't want to go
I'm saying, I mean,
down that
it
because
just-
there's like a whole lot of like you're in control of that.
Okay,
You get what I mean?
yeah, sure.
You don't get what I
I
mean.
don't. What's cool?
There's
Okay.
a point like you could stop it.
Oh,
You get what I mean?
yeah, but
I
You could end it on any
so-
term.
but that tangent has been that's also been decided if and when I do that.
so
How?
you're saying I was supposed to take the potassium on an empty
Yes.
stomach and throw up and then
Yes.
make a song for
Yeah.
Des. Okay.
Yeah.
See, he's taking it to every little. I don't mean like I don't because I'm like, God damn it! How do you get to this? He's just. I know what he's doing. He's doing the.
That's the more lethal.
Yeah. Why did I fall for it? I fell for it.
I would say to anyone who's skeptical, you better have a really good game plan for life if you don't pay attention to things that are happening. Because if it keeps on happening, you keep intentionally ignoring it and neglecting it. You must really like hard
Yeah.
shit. Like pause.
I mean, that could just be like a hard shit.
Hard shit. You were like, damn. So maybe I should be taking more fiber.
TMI.
But if it's predestined, you were
It's-
never supposed to take.
You both gonna take the fiber
Oh, you
anyway because
motherfuckers.
it's predestined.
But what is that? Who was that? What was it in a movie where they're talking about with the like had God send me tell me somebody's in a boat somewhere and they're stranded and then
Castaway.
a boat comes by or something comes by and it's like, hey, you need a ride or whatever. It's like, no, man, God's already told me like he's gonna help me out. And then like something else comes by. It's not like the thing. It's like, hey, I can get you. We can get out of here. It's like, nah. He already told me he's got this, blah, blah, blah. And then he dies. Then he's like, hey, God, I thought you were supposed to look out for me. And he's like, I sent 2 boats. Like, yeah, see the signs, nigga.
I fuck with that. If you could go back, what would you want to experience again? Why and why not?
If I can go back?
If you can go back to the things that are kind of shaped you to who you are now, what things would you want to experience?
My brain went totally different. It wasn't sexual.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Because my brain said if I would love to just lay on my grandma's lap and get my head rubbed one time.
Yeah, I was in that vein.
That's where I was at.
I mean, that could be it. I'm just saying, like, if the things that have shaped you to.
I'd love to wake up and smell salmon croquettes and homemade biscuits and apple turnovers, stuff like that.
There's a lot of things I would have did.
Most definitely.
Not done. There's some things I wish I would have gone and done. But
you did the shrooms, or you didn't do that?
Did I do the shrooms?
No, you did the shrooms. But you did, but with the stuff you didn't do.
Not drugs. Like I'm not talking about that. Hell no. But just different like experiences where it's like, damn, you should have like not said no and did that, because it could have been, that was a fun time. It looked like, or could have been a whole lot of just experiences and shit. Like even with Navy shit, where it's like going out doing. I almost wish I would have did some of that humanitarian shit, but I never went out and did those. Like that's what I feel like I missed out on some of those things. Because I think that would have fulfilled something inside of me. Because
pause.
No, not a pause on that. Because I didn't say fill.
You said fully fill. Fulfill.
Fulfill. Fuffle. Because I used to want to do Peace Corps and shit like that, and I just didn't do that. Like certain things that I feel like, but I still go those routes in my life. So that's why I say like the path and will to do it certain ways. It's still the way things go. You still lead down those paths. So those are things I wish I could have like not said no to things like that, or just took the chance. Like that's what I don't do a lot of, is taking leaps and chances. Too calculated with stuff.
I'll say, and it popped in my head as you were talking, was the times that I would love to relive back was, there was a few times where my dad, when I was like 14, 15, and he had just bought this Corvette from a friend of ours. It was a 1985 Corvette, and he would always work on his cars on the weekend. But this particular time, he was like, I'm going to take the car out to San Diego or Oceanside or wherever, because he had a friend out that way. So he was just going to drive. So there was one time, that wasn't the Corvette. That's 2 different times. This one time in particular, we ended up San Diego. He rented a car for my sister, and she ended up not showing up, like not being able to make it because she was coming from St. Louis. But we ended up using a rental car, and we drove all the way to San Diego. But he let me drive. And I was 14, and I just was driving, and I thought it was so cool. And like my dad had this weird faith, like he just knew, it's like, oh, he's fine. And he would like do shit where he would fall asleep, and I'm like, I don't have a license. I'm 14, I'm freaking out, but he just had the faith that, we're fine.
Yeah.
And then he used to do that a lot. Then there was a time we drove all the way to, the Corvette was to Indio. So we drove, because my brother used to live in Indio, so he let me drive. And he was like, don't get fast now, just drive. I'm like, all right. And then there was the first time that he wanted to test my skills as a driver. He had rented a car. It was a Volkswagen Beetle for my sister. We were supposed to just go ride around Riverside. And I'm driving around Riverside, and he goes, just go ahead and turn right there. I said, that's the freeway on-ramp. He's like, yeah, just go ahead and... And then I got on the freeway. He was like, all right, now, after I getting flipped off, trying to merge, he's like, keep going straight. I said, okay. And then, so we ended up on the 60. The 60 turned into passing the 605. 605 turned to me being in LA. And then we ended up parking at some soul food spot he loved to go to. And I said, I just drove to fucking LA.
That's funny.
So I feel like that's what those dreams represented for me, was those times and moments in time where me and my dad would just do random shit, but it's what we did. Like, so those are the things that if I got a chance to do again, I would do, just drive somewhere. And yeah.
I think that was just your dad seeing the maturity you had and you didn't recognize it.
That shit, I just know I was, he said, that's the freeway. Oh, yeah, I know. what the hell? Like,
But I'm pretty sure you say that phrase to your kids all the time. Yeah, I know.
yeah.
Dad, you know, yeah, I know.
So we're going to end it with this one. What advice would you give listeners who feel that the universe is trying to tell them something?
Listen, nigga.
Is there a song, a book, or a quote that captures the essence of your experiences?
A lot of songs. A lot of songs.
That captures what?
That captures the essence of the experiences you had. So, like, as we're giving this advice to the listener, is there a song or a quote?
The chemicals of my youth, or the beauty of my youth is gone, but the chemicals remain.
He's still high, people. He's been riding that high for a long time.
So it's a 2-part.
I mean, there's nothing other than what he said. Listen, nigga, like you gotta recognize it. Don't ignore it.
And that's your quote you're going with?
I mean, that's some fun shit. A quote. I don't know if that falls into that. That's just probably like a mantra. But it's heroes and cowards feel the same fear. And that to me is like, all right, we all feel the fear. Like, what are you going to do with it? So
some people thrive and some people troll. Yeah. I'm a book I would say would be So a Man Think, or As a Man Thinketh. Basically tell you like how you think, how you talk to yourself matters. That was powerful. Like I said, man, you listen to the universe, because eventually, I feel as if the universe has a weird ways that if you avoid it for long enough, it's gonna show you, and then you ain't gonna have no choice but to listen. As far as a song, I mean, for me personally, there's a lot of songs, or a lot of parts of songs that do the different things for my mental, depending on depending on how I'm feeling in the moment. Like if I'm hyping myself up, or if I've done something and I feel like I'm that guy, and then I always think about my boy McFly when he says, I'm the nigga, I'm the one. Make sure you keep it up. See, that was a bar. That was a bar. I think about that. Just recently, I think it was a couple days ago in the gym, I was struggling to lift something up, and in my head I said, I heard Kendrick pushing niggas off. I'm like, ugh. So I mean, I've always had this thing where I could take parts of songs that correlate to me. I think that's why I heavily was impacted by Friday Night Lights. So much of that mixtape resonated with what I was going through at the time. So yeah, I mean, you find your sources of motivation and you use them appropriately.
Being a virgin is something to be embarrassed about. Yeah. That shit. That's why I partake in pussy. For me,
I was leaning towards. More towards the good thing, nigga. You came a long way. The bad news is, nigga, you
went the wrong way. Yeah, yeah. That was the one because it's like right at the beginning of the fucking mixtape, and I was like, hey. Yeah, I remember feeling. I was like, yeah, I really want to not be a virgin anymore. So yeah. And the worst thing of all, I had the condom in my pocket. Like, anyway, the quote I'll say is it always resonates with me, and I truthfully we should all have that stance is if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. But that just more or less is believe in what you believe in, and don't let people make you feel bad for what you believe in. And always have a reason for why you're trying to do something. Don't be swayed by, I guess, popular opinion. But the advice I would give listeners, if you feel like something is at play that's trying to tell you something, please take heed. That's the only advice I can give. Just try to take heed to it, even if you're skeptical about it. Just try to give it a chance. Give it a fucking chance.
I'd also say distance yourself from anyone who puts doubts in your plans. Because you may be listening to your universe and you're relaying what they're telling you to someone else, and then they're putting doubt in your mind. A lot of times you gotta understand people are around you because they feel like they're better than you and they don't want to see you succeed.
Yeah. Stay away from the Rays of the world.
Yeah.
You got to reference a couple episodes back. Anyway, with that being said, this has been episode 205 of the Heavyweight Podcast. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Shout out to Dez. We wish you well, and we'll see you back soon. Till next time, we love you. Peace.
Peace.
Goodbye.
Ooh, sweating. That's a wrap, y'all. That's how she wrote. So make sure you click like, subscribe. Tune in. We on all streaming platforms. So until next time, we'll holla at you.